What really excited me the most was probably the fact that the story was actually about this fractured family that was trying to put itself back together. And I hadn't really seen a disaster movie that felt that grounded, that felt that real, and had such a strong kind of emotional through line. And because of that, I could kind of grasp onto that and tell the type of movie I wanted to make, even at that early stage. Ray, who is played by Dwayne Johnson, plays an LAFD helo pilot, and basically they're a first responder. So they basically go in to major events or disasters first. So you'll see anything from a car crash or a hiker getting lost in a canyon. These are the guys that go in there. They oftentimes rappel down out of helicopters. They go where a lot of times trucks can't go or people can't normally get to. And Dwayne is like the guy amongst the group that everyone looks up to. He's like the man amongst that team. And the whole core, him and all his friends, are ex-military, so he brings that kind of background to it. He was with his daughter when she died, and he blames himself for not being able to save her. And he's like a lot of guys. He kind of like pushes this off and doesn't want to deal with it. And it's just a really unique character for Dwayne, and a really unique character to see as the star of a movie, because he's flawed. And, that's what makes his arc so interesting, is seeing this guy kind of first, admit that there is an issue and then try to get past that and try to move on. And that's kind of like one of the amazing parts of the movie, is that I think a lot of the emotion that comes with that is not something people are expecting. And they don't really expect it from Dwayne, but that's one of the reasons why I really loved him for it, was I'd never seen him play a character like this. My goal was to build stunts that just put the actors in the spots, that had them just focusing on what was really going on around them. So a lot of the sets were kind of built with this in mind. There wasn't a whole lot of green screen in the movie. I mean, there's obviously a lot of stuff that you can't necessarily do, like destroy the Hoover Dam, so you have to kind of use visual effects. But we had the saying on the movie, which was build the ride to put the actors on it. And what that really is I'm going to build the best environment I can for you. You're going to get inside that environment. You have a number of lines. I have a number of setups. At a certain point, you're not going to have to think about what's happening, because it's just going to happen. I wanted to show the audience this was really our actors doing these things. So, we did great stuff like Dwayne rappelled 150 feet out of a helicopter that was suspended over a car that had crashed on the side of a cliff. So the camera is up 150 feet in the air with him. Dwayne Johnson gets out of the helicopter, he rappels, my camera chases him, overtakes him, and then comes around him as he lands. So there's no faking that. That's Dwayne doing that. And that, we did that type of thing over and over and over. Carla going through a restaurant on a Steadicam for 5 minutes as the whole thing falls around her. Hugo, Art, Alex in a dump tank as thousands of gallons of water just just obliterate them. I think what is going to make San Andreas appeal to all audiences is that beyond the fact that it gives you everything you expect out of a movie like this, obviously the scale and the scope and the visual effects and just all the grandiose wonder and, really truly part of the reason why we go to the cinemas to see movies and not just watch them at home, is that beyond all that, which we do in spades, it has a lot of heart. It's more of an emotional experience than I think people are expecting.